Hey guys, I'm Grestar, and how about we react to RWBY Volume 1, Chapter 5, The First Step, Part 2. As always with these RWBY reaction videos, you will only be seeing me unless you put forth your own effort and actually open the RWBY episode in another tab, window, or you download it preemptively. And yeah, I will give you like the little time code, that'll be running throughout the episode so you can be synchronized with my reaction, but you actually have to provide the RWBY content because I haven't yet received permission from Rooster Teeth to include it in my own videos. By the way, if anyone from Rooster Teeth is watching and has the authority to grant me permission to actually include the RWBY episodes in these videos in my usual Let's Watch format/structure like I do with Let's Watch Death Battle or RWBY, that kind of thing, please let me know. Contact me here, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you can get a hold of me. I would be happy to discuss things with you. But yes, for those of you viewers who want to see the actual episode in time with my reactions, that part's on you. Now, to know the actual video that I'm using so you can have the time synchronized correctly, click this annotation here to go to the video on Rooster Teeth's YouTube channel, just in their RWBY playlist. I will also have the link in the description if annotations do not work for you for some reason, but yeah. So last time we watched Chapter 4, The First Step, Part 1, and they were about to begin their initiation. Now, what exactly that means, I'm not sure, but I know that this is the first step to their actually being grouped up. I don't know if they're going to already have their group of 4, or if they're going to start with a single pairing and then meet another pairing, and I don't know. And they're going to be graded, apparently, but I don't know exactly how they're going to be graded. I know they're supposed to destroy monsters on their way and retrieve some sort of artifact, but I don't know how they're going to be graded on the artifacts, or what. There are a lot of questions still. But last time, Chapter 4, they did end the episode with that. And it was better. Chapter 4 was better for me than Chapter 2 and 3 because it did have that plot progressing element. But the issue was that they ended right there. Like, as soon as it began, it ended. And that's my biggest issue with RWBY as a series so far, is that it claims to be an anime, it's trying to be an anime, but it's not following an anime structure. Where, in an episode of an anime, you need to have certain elements for it to be a complete, cohesive, coherent thing. And so far, RWBY just doesn't have that. They're just having like Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and possibly Chapter 5, all should be one episode, is kind of how it's been, portraying itself so far. These are all individual elements that then need to be combined in order to actually be a full episode, and so far, Rooster Teeth hasn't done that. And I imagine that it's due to the budget and the low amount of people on their crew and everything, but still, I feel like it just would have been better had they been grouped up, they just were patient and actually made full episodes instead of releasing these partial sorts of things. That's how I feel. I heard, I'm pretty sure that later on, as RWBY group, became more popular, they got more funding, they got more people to work with them, they actually did make longer episodes, and the episodes do become more like an actual anime episode, like it, would be. And I'm very much looking forward to that, because that would get rid of my biggest complaint so far, because right now, I like the characters so far, and I like the development that they're, hinting at having or whatever, and I like the interactions that they have had, but so far we haven't had a lot of plot progression, or really, we're still learning about the world too, we're gradually kind of learning about the world as we learn about the characters, but again, it's all we learn about this here in this chapter, and then this kind of here in this chapter, when really it should all be more compact. So, yeah. With that said, I'm looking forward to seeing more of what this initiation has in store for the characters, or more of just what this initiation is in general. It'll be interesting to see how the characters actually interact in a more, this setting that they're going into, the forest, where apparently they can die, where that's a real possibility, it'll be nice to see the characters and how they behave, alone or together in that kind of more dire situation. So, yes, looking forward to it. With that said, let's get to watching. If you would like the best synchronization with my video, make sure to click play when I say play. That's how I do it for myself. So, play. As always, we have the intro, and I'm not going to skip through it just so I don't mess up the synchronization between you and me. So, you're gonna have to live with it, Thankfully, the intro is interesting. I do wonder some of the stuff that it hints at. You see a lot of dark beasts, you see Jean there looking up at that statue and everything. And given that his sword was an heirloom from his grandfather, I wonder if he just has all of these high expectations, at least placed upon him by his family due to the greatness of his grandfather and whatnot fighting in the war. And again, it'll be interesting to see that sort of development with him, and I hope that we actually do reach that point where the focus is, on capabilities and whatnot. How did that not cut through the branch? At all? If it's supposedly that strong. Well, we get to see all of their individual landing techniques, at least. That's what this is. That's not landing! Also, what if you accidentally shot another student? That wouldn't be good. But they are very much ninja people. Your sword turns into a BB gun? A sniper hunting rifle, but you know. Oh, that's helpful. That's nice. That was a good touch. First a sound effect and then a thank you. Because that's Jean's character. Yeah. I'm gonna see if she's not gonna make eye contact with other people or if she's gonna try to avoid it. Well, you don't know. You haven't seen him. Weiss! No! It's like in Pokemon, their eyes met, they have to battle. I mean, they, in this case, not battle, but teammates, you know, work together. No. When it was between Ruby and Jean. Well, good. What was the cat thing? Yeah. Why's she doing like a headline thing? I don't know if that's Ruby. She usually doesn't have that many sets of eyes. Also, they're silver. So that's what one of those beasts looks like. No! No! It ended too soon! Dang it! This is the thing again, where it's like, right when it brings us to a point, it's like, you were excited for that? Wait until next time! Alright, this one... Holy crap! This one was... Okay, this... Okay. This episode was 4 minutes and 32 seconds long. That is far too short. That is too short! It's too short! No! Okay, so the chapter before ends up with them all being launched off to start initiation, and last we see of them, the last of the episode, is we see them in the sky. This episode begins with them falling, you know, making their own landing, and then we have, like, a little conversation between, like, 3 different pairs of people, I think. Maybe just 2. But, you know, so we see landing pattern stuff, we see a couple little conversations, and then we see the beasts. 4 minutes and 30 seconds! This is not an anime so far! These are not full episodes so far! These are, like, advertisements, you know, these are little bits and pieces. These are Lego bricks that you put together to actually make something. So far, this isn't like full content, unless you look at them literally back to back to back, but you shouldn't have to do that. Just so many of these chapters should be one episode, and it clearly bothers me so much. And, okay, and part of the reason this should make some of you feel better, part of the reason this bothers me is that I am enjoying RWBY so far. I am really enjoying it. And so the fact that they keep like, all right, start, nope, we're done, okay, here you go, nope, you know, it's the thing where like, you have that kind of friend who, you know, they have the car door open for you, and as soon as you get near, they drive a little, and they're like, no, I'm just kidding, come on, and then you go to the door, and then they drive again, they're like, no, okay, no, seriously, this time you can come, no, I promise, I won't do it again, no, I promise, get in, and then they drive again. If that's what this is doing so far, it just keeps like bringing me like a little bit along, and then as soon as I'm into it, it's like, no, you can wait until next time, you know? So yeah, it's annoying, and I am annoyed because I like it and wish that it were not doing that, because then I would have so much less to complain about. I would be so much happier with this if they didn't keep doing that, and that's why it bothers me so much, you know? Like, it's making its own flaws when it doesn't have to. I know that there were probably circumstantial reasons for this. There was a situation behind all of this that I am unaware of with the low budget, with the small crew, but just the fact that the way they could fix this is by combining these chapters into like one bigger episode. I won't even say big, because how many of these episodes could you combine without going over the length of a traditional anime episode? Like, you could put 4 of these together and it would still be fine. And even if you put 4 of them together, I'm not sure you would get a full episode that I want, with the character introductions and the world introductions and the explanations and the plot. Like, I don't know if even with 4 episodes they would get all of those things that I want, but it's still, the biggest part for me is the fact that they're having such short episodes with just tiny pieces of, you know, what actually goes into an episode typically. That's what it is for me. Because I did enjoy the interactions between, like, Pyrrha and Jean, you know? I did find it, you know, kind of cute how, or funny in a way, with RWBY and Weiss, like, you came back for me and that kind of stuff. Like, it was fun. It was. And even, like, how they had a different style of animation for RWBY's thoughts, it worked a lot better than in Chapter 2, when, you know, RWBY was clinging to Yang in that chibi manner, because it wasn't like some different style, like, superimposed on another completely different style. It was like her way of thinking, and in that, because it's so different, it's like not within that world, it made sense for it to be a different style, you know? Like, I was fine with that. And there are, you know, these little things I can talk about, but when you have the episode so short, that's where my focus immediately goes. It's like, right away I'm taken out of it? Like, no, I just barely saw one of the Dark Beasts. Let me enjoy the ensuing fight. You know, assuming that they are gonna fight, maybe they'll just run. I doubt that. I'm pretty sure the next one will start with them actually having a fight, but this is what concerns me right now, is like, how far do I have to watch? How far did RWBY go on before they actually learned to make them more cohesive, you know, to put them all together and make them one unified thing instead of having all these random little droppings everywhere? That's what I'm waiting for them to come together, you know? And I'm sure that they will eventually. I just wish that it would have already happened. I know this is only chapter 5, but I still wish, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about all this various stuff, what you think about, you know, the episodes that have already happened, like, up to this point, chapter 5. And I say that specifically because I really don't want you to spoil me. Please do not spoil me on this. I will not be happy with you if you do so. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments, about anything that I talked about, I guess, which was basically just how it's not full episodes, but just little spatters here and there. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for the next reaction to RWBY, and with that, we're calling it here. Cue outro, go!